Welcome to the DO Boxing Show. I'm your host, Dameon Okposio, and I'm going to be trying something new in this episode featuring Gloria Lim facing off against Dakota Urban at the TNT Amateur Boxing Show in Guelph, Ontario on Saturday, August 25th, 2018. I'm going to give you the blow-by-blow during this fight, and this is a second video based on her fourth amateur fight that she had facing Gloria Lim facing Dakota Urban in the trilogy. In this fight in amateur boxing, the referee right now is going to the corners. He's making sure that the fighters have their protective equipment, their headgears, acknowledging the coaches in the corner as well. As you can see, Gloria looks very loose, and I think she may attribute that to her history of being a runner. So I do know Gloria pretty well, and I know her coach, Tyrone Bradshaw. He's a good friend of mine, and we do some business together. Tyrone Bradshaw, who's in the red in Gloria's corner, is probably the primary coach, so he'll be the one usually staying in the ring and giving her advice and being the main one to talk to her. And he is the head boxing coach at the UFC gym in Mississauga. So these two ladies have met before, and this is starting off as a high energy bout, and they're both throwing a lot of leather right off the bat. I can see the intensity in both of the fighters, and if you look at the headgear, when the headgear rocks back or to the side, you can tell who is landing these significant punches. Both of these ladies have met each other twice before. Dakota Urban stopping Gloria in their first encounter after giving her 2 8 counts, and then Gloria winning a decision against Dakota in Kitchener approximately a month later. So the referee just split them apart because they were turning a little bit. Now they're coming together. He's allowing the action to go, and it looks here that Gloria is out-punching Dakota and being aggressive. So she's walking her back a little bit, but also letting her hands go. And Dakota is also countering really well. And when Dakota's getting an opportunity, she is also going on the offensive or countering. But right now, in this area, Gloria is overwhelming her with a barrage of punches and halting her from punching back by dedicatedly or going to the body with a lot of dedication. Now, Gloria has given Dakota an 8 count where the referee is just checking that she is okay, and they resume action.
Yes.
And both of them are landing bombs. Both of them are letting their hands go, and they're both doing a great job of letting their offense go. One of the things with fighters, sometimes they're a bit reluctant to let their hands fly, and these two ladies definitely do not have that problem. I don't know who is in Dakota's corner as far as coaching goes, but as you can see, Tyrone Bradshaw is the primary cornerman, and he's making sure that Gloria gets some air. I don't know, he may be giving her some instruction here. And the fighters customarily get, I believe it's about a minute break. So Gloria is still standing, seems to be in tremendous condition. As I said, she's got a history of being a runner. I think it's cross country. So she's used to competition, and she's used to running, which is going to give you the best endurance in boxing. They're getting ready for round 2 here, and the referee motions them to come together. And so this round is a little bit more measured. So both of these girls know each other, and now they're both basically trying to keep their distance and trying to tee off. We're going to see here the referee stopped the action, and I think it's due to water in the corner. So he's just indicating for the coaches basically to wipe the corners down, so that when the fighters move to those areas, they don't end up slipping and possibly injuring themselves. The ladies are going back to action here. The referee is indicating to them not to hold each other. Both arms have to be free, both hands have to be free. And here they are letting the leather fly. And when you see Gloria take a step back here, she's trying to give herself distance to punch. And Dakota's taking advantage of that and closing the distance herself by walking Gloria down. Now this round is definitely a little bit more of an even exchange so far between the two ladies.
Yes, you got her, you got her.
They're both letting their hands go, and where it looked like Gloria may have dominated the first round, here it looks like they're both giving and taking around the same, and they're more picking their punches in this particular round. They're taking turns being the aggressor as well, and they're both standing at a great distance. They're both, you can tell both of these ladies are aware of their distance because they're not smothering each other. They're making sure that they have a few feet between them so that they can land or they can take a small jump to step out of the way. You can tell that both of these ladies are well schooled. They're using their angles, and to throw with this kind of intensity and force for the 2 rounds that these ladies have already been active takes a tremendous amount of conditioning. So they're both in fantastic shape, and as you can see, Gloria is standing in her corner. Dakota's taking a seat. Now, this isn't really too significant of a fact. Some fighters prefer to stand. Sometimes when they're in the gym and they're sparring in their own gyms, they're used to standing. And usually whatever you're used to doing in your gym is what you should do in a fight, especially if you feel comfortable doing it. Both of the fighters are getting instruction. 2 rounds have already passed, and now this 3rd round could be a deciding factor. For me watching, I would have Gloria winning the 1st round, and the 2nd round looked to be very even to me. They're starting out in this round, and one of the things I liked that Gloria did is she immediately started the fight with her jab. When you have a great jab, you can always take control of a fight. You can tell Dakota is in tremendous condition. She is continually firing back every time she gets hit. And you can tell both of these ladies, they respect each other, and at the same time, they're both hungry for the win. And Gloria is mixing up her attack from the head to the body. And I'm seeing Gloria take a little bit of control here. In the last two sequences, it looks like she's outthrown Dakota and is still continuing to touch the body. It looks like the referee broke them apart because Gloria's head may have been down. And they want, in amateur boxing, a lot of times, Marcus of Queensberry rules, they want both of your hands up. They want you erect for the most part, looking at your opponent. And both of these ladies are still throwing tremendous punches. And you can see that even though Gloria here is trying to take control by pressing the action, by throwing more punches, Dakota is lock and step with her, and both of these ladies are putting on a great show. And there, the fight has ended. A tremendous, tremendous fight for both of these young ladies who both won a match apiece. Dakota winning their first encounter, Gloria turning the tide and winning the second encounter. And in this third fight, they gave the crowd a lot of fireworks. It's always nice to see the embrace between the fighters and the corners. A tremendous amount of respect between these two ladies. And this is what you want to see with amateur boxing. You know, all-out fighting, a great endurance, two athletes that are well-schooled and are great sports persons, great ambassadors of the sport, which these two young ladies are. And I wish them both much success in the future in this bout. Looks like they're tallying the scores and they're going to be announcing the winner. Thanks so much to everyone for tuning in again to this episode. Remember, if you have any questions related to boxing, send us a message through Twitter at DOKPOSIO, through email at posio@hotmail.com. And don't forget to subscribe to get every episode of the DO Boxing Show. Congratulations, Gloria, on the win.
I was trying to get it how I live. I want them dead presidents. I want to pull up, head spin, get it, get fly. I got 6 jobs, I don't get